Hello and welcome, dear friends. Today, I want to tell you a story that is very special to me, and I hope you will enjoy listening to it slowly, clearly, and with love in your heart. My name is Ava, and this story is about my very first love, something that touched my heart deeply and changed my life forever. When I was just 15 years old, I met a boy named John. He was new at my school, and I noticed him on the first day he arrived. John had brown hair that looked soft and shiny, and he had blue eyes that were bright and kind. He was very friendly and also very handsome, and I liked him from the very first moment I saw him. One day, I saw John sitting alone on a bench during lunch break, and I decided to be brave and walk up to him. I looked at him and said, "Hi, my name is Ava. Is it okay if I sit with you?" John gave me a sweet smile and replied, "Yes, of course. Please sit." That day, we talked for a long time, and I felt very happy inside. From that moment, we became good friends, and we started spending more and more time together every day. We walked home from school side by side. We did our homework together. We talked about our dreams, and we laughed a lot about silly things. When I was with John, I always felt happy and safe, like I had found someone who truly understood me. Then, one beautiful day, John asked me a question that made my heart beat very fast. He said, "Ava, would you like to go to the movies with me this weekend?" I was so surprised and excited, and I quickly said, "Yes." That Saturday, we went to see a funny movie at the theater, and we shared popcorn and laughed together throughout the film. After the movie ended, we walked in the park under the evening sky, and while we were walking, John gently held my hand. At that moment, my heart felt so full, and I could feel it beating fast like never before. That night, when I went to bed, I could not sleep at all, because I kept thinking about John and the way he held my hand. I liked him so much, and I wanted to tell him how I felt. But I was also scared because I didn't know if he liked me the same way. A few weeks later, something beautiful happened. John and I were sitting together by the lake after school. The day was warm and bright. The sun was shining, and the birds were singing sweet songs. Suddenly, John looked at me with soft eyes and said, "Ava, I need to tell you something important." I felt nervous, and my hands began to shake a little. John took a deep breath and said, "Ava, I really like you. I like you a lot." I felt so happy and surprised, and with a big smile, I said, "John, I like you too." We both smiled, and then we laughed and felt very happy together. From that day, John became my boyfriend, and we were in love. John and I shared many beautiful moments together, and we were always by each other's side. We went to the park. We watched movies. We did our homework. We talked about our future. And we made each other laugh every single day. He was always kind to me, always listened to me, always helped me when I felt sad, and always made me feel very special. One day, something sad happened. We had a small fight. It was about something silly, and now I can't even remember what it was. But at that time, we were both upset and said things we didn't really mean. I went home and cried a lot because I didn't want to lose John. Later that evening, John came to me and said, "Ava, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you." And I said, "I'm sorry too, John." We hugged tightly, said sorry again, and promised to always talk honestly and never fight like that again. We had many more happy days after that. We went on picnics. We visited the beach. We watched the stars at night, and we always talked about our dreams. For my birthday, John gave me a beautiful heart-shaped locket with a photo of us inside. He said, "This is to remind you that I will always love you." I cried happy tears and hugged him tightly because I loved him so much. But one day, something happened that made me very sad. John told me that his dad got a new job in another city, and they had to move away very soon. I cried a lot because I didn't want him to go. John held my hand and said, "Ava, I will always love you. We will stay in touch, and I promise we will see each other again." Before he left, we spent every day together, going to our favorite places, talking, laughing, and sometimes crying. On the day he left, I gave him a photo of us and said, "Keep this with you. It will remind you that I will always love you too." After that, we wrote letters to each other and talked on the phone often. We shared stories about our daily life, we talked about our dreams, and we missed each other a lot. But slowly, the letters came less often, and the phone calls became shorter. We both got busy with school and made new friends. Even though we still loved each other, it became harder to stay close. Then one day, John called me and said, "Ava, I think we need to talk." I felt a deep pain in my heart because I knew what he was going to say. He said, "I still love you, Ava, but we are growing apart. I think it is better if we let go now." That night, I cried for a long time, and my heart felt broken. But I also knew he was right, and we had to move on with our lives. I focused on my studies, spent time with my friends, and did things that made me smile again. I kept the necklace and letters from John, and they reminded me of our sweet love and all the beautiful moments we had. Years passed, and I went to college, made new friends, met new people, and even fell in love again. But I never forgot John, because he was my first love and always held a special place in my heart. One day, I received a letter in the mail, and when I opened it, I saw it was from John. He wrote, "Dear Ava, I hope you are doing well. I wanted to thank you for all the beautiful memories we shared. You were my first love, and I will always cherish our time together. Take care of yourself. Love, John." When I finished reading the letter, I smiled, and I felt warm inside. Even though we were no longer together, I was happy to know that John still remembered our love. Our love was real. It was kind. It was my first love, and I will never forget it. That first love taught me many things. It taught me how to love and be loved. It taught me to be kind, patient, and strong. Even though John and I are not together, I will always keep our memories in my heart like a treasure. Years later, I met someone new. His name is Mark. He is kind, caring, makes me laugh, and makes me happy. I love him very much, and I am grateful for him. Mark knows about John and understands that he was my first love. He is not jealous, and he respects the place that John will always have in my heart. Love is a beautiful thing. It can change, it can grow, but it never truly goes away. Now I know that my heart is big enough to hold new love and old love together. My first love will always be a part of me, and I will always cherish it as a beautiful memory that made me who I am today.